Looking for Savero hero na pang late game against this.
YSS?
If they do go for the YSS na so far 100% win rate na rin.
Undefeated.
Yep, undefeated. Ang combo nun is isang parang Leomord-ish kind of jungler. So Nolan siguro or a Guinevere.
Okay, let's see what ONIC's gonna end up with. Lots of potential options. As you also mentioned the Clint earlier, and I think that's what Falcons is looking at. Oh, the Lance! Oh, okay, taking a page from Ryzen and Carl Teasy's book.
So Lance had it.
And the
Lance Moskov. All right. If you are Falcons, you're gonna be looking for good catch. Maybe this time catch. Or what if sila'y mag-Beleric dito sa composition ng ONIC?
With all the dive, with the Valentina on the other side, but the Valentina will most likely get the ultimate of the Eve. You need a solid, tanky front. You don't really need to go that fast, but it just can't be the Esmeralda frontlining.
Tanky na frontline.
Dapat tanky, oo.
Ang kailangan natin dito ng team Falcons. May option ng Atlas din naman para sa kanila. Atlas Eve, napakalakas na kombinasyon pa rin. Hindi pinantin ng ONIC Philippines dito.
Yeah, that might have to change the idea though for Falcons with the Valentina having a chance to get the links. Oh, I did not think they'd actually consider this on the back of my head, but I have slightly negative feelings about this.
I share the same sentiments. Tingin ko kasi yung Kufra, hindi ito yung hero na kinakatakutan ng mga Lancelot users from before. Granted, meron ka ng bouncing ball for the dashes. I guess Ipakito hates playing up against this hero as well as the Moscow, but Lancelot hindi ganun kalaking factor para sa kanya. Hindi din ganun kalakas ang Kufra sa metagame natin yun. So, as much as I want to say na maganda yung mga ganitong klaseng picks for Falcons, parang mas papabor ako sa ONIC Philippines.
All right, we're heading on to the next game. Casters, welcome back. San Juan Arena, make some noise!
All right, not the draft I was expecting, especially the swerve there at the end. But hey, maybe it can work to even out the series here for Team Falcons. Akufra, Midnight Akufra.
Yeah, they dove too deep here on the side of Team Falcons. Like, I have a preview of like the top 5 best roamers that they could have picked up. It's the Kalea, the Khalid, the Glucho, and Kaja. We went past the glue and then went straight to Kaja.
What list are we? Where's the Kufra sit there?
Cooper's sitting at top 10.
Okay.
Like, literally right at the edge.
It's really for what? The Lancelot mostly?
Yeah.
The thing is, even though I do agree with Wolf, like there's a lot of like downsides with picking up this Kufra, but I do think having this tank in the front line with the Esmeralda that opens up the map, you are kind of okay just getting counter-engaged on the roam.
And I just love tanks at the front line, you know, because that's the way you got to play it sometimes.
Yeah, because you need somebody to open up the map, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And the Scooper allows for counter-engage against the Paquitos, the Valentinas, even the Moscows.
Okay. And honestly, I feel like even with Falcons occasionally waiting for the opposing team to engage, it sometimes just really works in their favor because then they don't really need to force themselves out in order to put up that box, which I feel like we might see more so now in this game because they finally picked up a different mid lane, and that's going to be the Eve.
Yeah, so we literally see the box.
I just wanted to say they picked something else, but did it sound different to
Like
you?
finally, you know, like I honestly agree, like finally we see a box, right? Like we see the Falcons box.
Yeah. And hey, but that's also partially because Super Prince has a Valentina, right? Mid lane though.
Whoa, bouncing ball stopping Brusco from getting out, but the Revitalize is gonna keep him alive! King Kong instead finds a double!
Falcons can't just get a break, man, in the early game.
Yeah, so this is the downside of like having a Kufra in this metagame. Like you don't stay in a fight.
Yeah.
As long as like the likes of the Glues, the Hildas, the Khalids.
You literally do like 2 things.
Yep.
Yeah, you
jump on in
and you ball.
And you ball.
That's it. After you ball, you're done.
You're done. You know, fighting for this first turtle. Falcons do have control of it. They'll take it secure. That's fine. King Kong was getting his buff anyway, and he's got 2 kills up ahead.
Yeah, they didn't want to engage because you know the whole game plan for ONIC is just to scale in the late game. They have a Lancelot and a Moskov. Every single objective fight is gonna be hard for ONIC unless they take down the Kufa first. So Team Falcons, you know, Ogwin and Flap around objective fights when they're together, like the tank in the front line with the counter engage with the bouncing balls and also the Titan's Rage, then you're a lot stronger. But if they're split up, ONIC might, find a way to engage.
And so what happened in the beginning was just a bonus for ONIC and them just really gaining an advantage they didn't need to work hard for, because Falcons were the ones who started that, I believe.
Yeah.
And so you see how ONIC have been rotating, even just occasionally stealing away some camps from Falcons, but not necessarily into a major team fight that could happen.
Yeah, Falcons do a pretty decent job, though, just finding the gold and XP they needed across the map. So despite giving those 2 kills over earlier on, they're still in a really good position. This will ultimately lead them to being well equipped for that next turtle to go ahead and secure it again. And if they can continue to do that, then they put themselves in a good position to allow Super Marco to get where he needs to be on the Claude for this. And hopefully Kyle set things up too. Okay, that's a no-go. That's Brusco. But this is what you expect from Ogren on this Kufra. He's going to see if he can make plays happen. Yeah. Again, the big ones will happen when he has a flicker. Earlier, he had to burn it defensively, not to go down.
Yeah, that's I would say the benefit of having this composition from Team Falcons is that it's so stable. Like, you just have an overall game plan, a blueprint of how you want to play this game. You allow the Claw to just scale up. Team fights are very, very methodical. Esmeralda opens up the game, and then the Kufra goes for a re-engage. All the while you have ONIC. This is classic ONIC, by the way. The risky composition where mechanics is everything. Like, the Lancelot has to find good angles against the Kufra, and then Savero, very sound Moscow player, has to be really profound with his dashes. And then you can also have that amazing steal from a Valentino, where if you get a Titan's Rage on Team Falcons, then maybe you get to outplay them.
That's the other thing we haven't talked about too much of, and this popped up even yesterday. Savero, this Moskov is his hero so far. I mean, some of the most crazy plays he's been able to make throughout MPL Philippines Season 17 has been on the Moskov, and you see glimpses of that, so that's always something to take in consideration. Team Falcons starting up the second turtle, fighting for control. Kirk flickering out.
Yeah.
They're fighting for the space. Super Friends holding on
no jump
to his own Kufra ult here. Bruce goes pretty low, pops Revitalize.
Yeah, ONIC want to fight this time. Super Prince used the IMU already though, but that was the space they were trying to create, but they still fail to take the objective for themselves.
Retry from Kyle on the Suryo, not even hitting the turtle, and that actually has an advantage because your Retry is much bigger compared to the enemy jungler, so Falcons played that chill. Even though it looked like ONIC was going to outplay them, they played it stable. Again, it's just a blueprint gameplay from Team Falcons.
Yeah, they continue to do that for now. Around the objectives, this is also just kind of what you expect with this kind of lineup. Like you mentioned earlier, Brigida, this real-world manipulation with the Eve is great for Haji to kind of play around. So for ONIC, it's more so of how do we approach these team fights in a way of getting the advantage or the upper hand, of being able to pull back if we need to when the RWM is dropped down. And, that's something that can help them secure a team fight. Also, they got to get in position to be able to do that. Now, Lancelot can go ahead and maneuver through those fights and everything else, but that's why potentially this Kufra is such a good pick, the counter pick, to kind of help alleviate some of that pressure that a Lancelot will do, even to an extent the Kirk on the Paquito.
Which makes the choice for Super Friends much more interesting, I feel. Because earlier when he picked up the Tyrant's Rage, I think it was just a way to get more space or buy time, but not directly through like creating space. It was just holding down one member. And speaking of holding down one member, Brusco, forced to use the Revitalize, gets to take the Unbreakable and stun Flap, but Flap is still alive! King Kong goes for the chase, though. Here comes the SOD from Savero, joining in at the perfect moment. Kyle looking to be next, but he gets back to safety.
Dude, so Savero doesn't miss these SODs, and another double kill for King Kong.
Yeah, this is, again, the advantage of this comp from ONIC, the outplay potential. Even though it looked like Falcons were the ones dictating that tempo of that fight, Brusco held on. He was like, guys, I can sustain, I can regenerate, we can fight. And then the SOD came out from the Golden Boy. Oh my lord, the outplays are actually real. Team Falcons, they're now starting to feel the pressure.
Okay, no SOD for Savero this time, but they get a turret even before this objective, which ONIC might have just let go.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's just Brusco right here. Olwyn doesn't have the Tyrant's Rage either. So that was just about it. A bit of info, but they still split up.
Yeah, look at top lane though. They don't care. Again, they're just looking to trade here for ONIC. They're waiting to scale up as well So from the POV of ONIC, if you want to farm, sure, let's go farm. Because again, we get to the point where we can outplay you with this Moscow from Severo, and we've seen that even up against TLPH. This is not a problem for ONIC.
Kirk could be in trouble.
Oh,
The bouncing ball.
Oh!
Massive. Okay, SOD doesn't laugh at the Tyrant's Rage! Coming in from Ogwin. Made sure that Kirk could no longer run. Brusco getting slowed down, but he will still survive.
Kyle?
Yep. Great pickup. Kyle, oh, he's going for Severo. Not going to be able to get him. Good pickup by Falcons. RWM.
Oh, that's a stolen RWM, but they see Ogwin charging. Would not want to risk it.
Yeah, that's a good force on the side of Team Falcons. Even though ONIC sort of overcommitted onto forcing that trade with the SOD, I don't think it would have been a good choice anyway. They would have been fine with just split pushing the map, put Moscow on top lane, let the Lancelot farm. And Team Falcons, again, this is the way they want to play this game. They just go play Blueprint.
Oh,
and force.
Brusco didn't land that AOG onto anyone. Wasn't even able to create enough space. Kyle will go in. They take that tier 1 in mid, and Super Marco will find Kirk.
Wait, what was the play there? I mean, you got both splits happening on top and bottom. I'm wondering what did he just want to clear out the waves and maintain the turret or what?
I don't know, man. Again, they're losing sight on what is important. Just farm King Kong, though.
Oh.
Oh, the dodge!
Kyle will be okay. Falling Star Moon from Flap, but the fight ends there.
All right, fight ends there. Again, mistake made by ONIC. So in this case, Falcons keeps control of the map, keeps things in pace for them, and they're built up for a really good take of this first Lord, unless ONIC wants to fight it.
Again, Team Falcons, they can actually just force any fight that they want. They have all the kits in the world. The real world manipulation, Esmeralda opening up, and the Kufra with a counter engage. They just have to be wary of the outplay potential from ONIC, especially with the dodges from King Kong. He dodged one Tyrant's Revenge on the Kufra earlier, so should just, be on point. Wait the time against OD though.
Okay. It's still gonna be Falcons taking this first Lord. Brusco doesn't look like he'll get out of this. King Kong 2 will get punished. Winter Crown already committed. Brusco somehow finds his way out as Kirk will just try to clear out this mid wave.
Severo's he's knocking down turrets though. This is one thing that Falcons have to maintain.
Yeah.
That's a shield that gets bursted down too with that push that Severo's able to make happen. They want to make sure that they keep tabs on him. Yes, they've got the Lord. They can charge in towards the base here. But someone's going to have to go ahead and deal with this split pushing that's happening.
Yeah, I thought Ogwin was going to flicker on to the Moscow earlier. This guy has no Purify, by the way, so ONIC should be careful and should be concerned where the Kufra is coming from. Because again, there's a lot of ways for Falcons to just force a fight, engage, and jump on targets that they want to go for.
Yeah, Brusco has to really block off these Tyrant Revenge jumps
Oh, they got the box.
from Ogwin.
Super Marco is massive right now too. 2,000 gold ahead of Severo. He's looking to go guns blazing when these team fights happen. So shield will go down in the mid. Super Marco also picks up the Wind of Nature now. So they're in great fighting form, and this lineup is going to let them kind of force a fight into the base if they want to.
Haji using the RWM. King Kong goes in, passive execution. AOG2 only lands on one, and the Unbreakable on Kyle as well. And they hold on to their tier 3 in mid. That's just a few hits away from being taken down, though.
Yeah, bit of an, I would say, over defense from ONIC. They committed the AOG with stolen real world manipulation to clear the wave. They didn't punish the Kufra. However, they did force out the flicker on Haji. So maybe they use this time to force Falcons. But the thing is, again, this block from the Esmeralda is kind of annoying.
Oh, Thorn Rose gets to dodge that Tyrant's Revenge. Ogwin might get punished here, but Super Marco instead goes in. He gets pushed back just a bit and is forced to BMI out. But the SOD makes it inside the middle in the play. He finds the kill on Super Marco, and he almost made it out of there alive.
There's King Kong. He can go back.
AOG gets dodged by Kyle. Kyle is still alive, but Kirk goes in with a knockout strike. But Kyle is in for the outplay.
Without Severo, ONIC falls apart in the team fight.
Oh, King Kong!
Touches it with the Thorn Rose. But it's King Kong all alone. Super Friends will make it though, but they'll probably lose all, or this second base turret down bot.
Oh my lord. It was almost an outplay for ONIC. Again, this is the strength of this comp, but Kyle says, no, we can outplay too. That blade surge dodge on the AOG, able to take out Kirk afterwards. Because King Kong didn't have enough HP, he wasn't confident on going back, especially because they lost the vision on Ogwin.
Yeah.
And now Team Falcons, they get the control back, they get the tempo back, but man, again, this pressure, man, from ONIC Philippines, Team Falcons, they have to be careful with this Sabero Moskov.
Oh man, if you fight for this Lord, ONIC's gonna just be pushed off of it, so they have to go ahead and find themselves in the defense once again. You know, I almost think, what if Severo had enough itemization for that fight, if he had a win in nature or something else? Eventually he's gonna get there.
Yep.
And Falcons are gonna have to watch out for that setup again.
Yeah, imagine they had to burn everything. Even Ogwin had to flicker on top of the Moskov because he was dealing too much damage. He was dismantling this formation from Team Falcons after taking out that Claude. So again, these are the things that Falcons has to worry about, the positioning of the Moskov. 10 seconds without flicker though.
Okay, Ogwin has an immortality too. Might go for some more riskier plays if you wanted to. And he's gonna jump on King Kong! Thorn Rose keeps him safe, and now they get to buy enough time to at least deal with the Lord for now.
AOG?
Goes in with the AOG though. Is it just more space too that they want to create? Because it seems like they're going in for the punish. There goes the Falling Star one in the real world. Ogwin fights multiple members, but he gets knocked back. Spear of Misery, keeping them safe, and the knockout strike to finish the job, but it's Super Marco! Wanting to find Kirk!
He finds him now! SOD against Severo!
Severo once again, can he do it this time? He did not! Kyle takes him out!
Oh my god, outplays after outplays. Super Marco was able to flicker out, but Falcons, they're not done yet.
They're gonna wait to push in. For instance, King Kong!
Marco's alive, they jump in. King Kong just wants to make sure the minions are out. He does get taken out alongside them though, and Falcons bring us to a 2-2 score!
Falcons still soaring, never giving up, despite